Maybe you woke up this morning feeling something you couldn't quite name. A heaviness. An old ache. The kind of tired that sleep doesn't fix. And maybe, if you're really honest, it's not the first time you've felt this way. Maybe it's been showing up your whole life, wearing different faces. A relationship that hurt you the same way the last one did. A moment where you heard your mother's words come out of your own mouth and felt your stomach drop. A fear so deep you don't even know when it started. If that's where you are right now, I want you to know you found the right place. Stay with me today. Because what we're going to do together over the next few minutes, and over the next 30 days if you'll let me walk beside you, is something quiet and brave and deeply healing. We're going to do shadow work. And we're going to meet the little version of you who has been waiting, for a very long time, to be seen. I know that word, shadow work, can feel heavy. Maybe even a little scary. So let me make it simple right now. Shadow work is just the practice of looking honestly at the parts of yourself you were taught to hide. The anger you weren't allowed to have. The sadness you had to push down because there were bigger problems in the house. The needs you stopped asking for because the answer was always no, or worse, silence. Shadow work for beginners isn't about tearing yourself apart. It's about gently turning on a light in a room you've kept dark for too long. That's all. And the journal prompts we're going to talk about today, these inner child healing exercises, they're not meant to overwhelm you. They're meant to meet you exactly where you are. You don't have to have it all figured out. You just have to be willing to sit with yourself for a little while each day. So take a breath with me right now. Just one slow, easy breath. In through your nose. And out through your mouth. Good. Let your shoulders drop a little. You don't have to hold yourself so tightly right now. You're safe here. Now let me ask you something, and I want you to really sit with it. When you were small, 7, 8, 9 years old, what did you need most that you didn't always get? Was it someone to tell you that you were enough? Was it a home that felt peaceful, not tense? Was it permission to cry without being called dramatic? Was it a parent who could regulate their own emotions so you didn't have to regulate yours? Whatever it was, I want you to know that little child didn't fail. That little child adapted. They learned to be small, or loud, or funny, or perfect, or invisible, because that's what felt safest. And those adaptations, those survival strategies, they followed you here. Into your adult body. Into your relationships. Into the patterns you keep repeating even when you desperately want to stop. That is what we call generational trauma healing. Because often, what you're carrying isn't only yours. It was handed to you by people who were also handed something they didn't ask for. Your mother carried her mother's fear. Your father carried his father's silence. And no one ever stopped long enough to say, wait, where did this start? What was passed down that we never chose to receive? You are stopping. Right now. That is not a small thing. That is enormous. So let's talk about how the next 30 days can actually work for you. This isn't about perfection. Some days you'll write 3 pages. Some days you'll write 3 sentences and cry and close the journal. Both of those days count. What matters is that you keep showing up for yourself. For the first week, days 1 through 7, your shadow work journal prompts are all about awareness. You're not trying to fix anything yet. You're just getting curious. Here are a few to begin with. Write about a moment in childhood when you felt truly unseen. Don't rush past it. Let yourself remember the room, the feeling, what you wished someone had said. Then write about a pattern you keep seeing in your relationships, something that makes you think, why does this keep happening to me? And then write this. What emotion was not allowed in my childhood home? Was it anger? Was it grief? Was it need? That last one will tell you so much. Because the emotions that weren't allowed are the ones that became your shadow. They didn't disappear. They just went underground. And they come up sideways as anxiety, as numbness, as reactions that feel too big for the moment, as a loneliness you can't explain even when you're surrounded by people. In the second week, days 8 through 14, we go a little deeper with your inner child healing exercises. This is where you begin to have a conversation with younger you. I know that might sound strange, but stay with me. Find a photograph of yourself as a child if you have one. Look at that little face. And then write a letter to her. Tell her what you wish someone had said. Tell her she wasn't too much. Tell her her feelings made sense. Tell her she was worthy of love exactly as she was. And here's the thing, you're not just writing to her. You're writing to the part of yourself that still believes those old lies. Breath with me again here. Just let that land. In through your nose slowly. Hold it gently for a moment. And out through your mouth, long and soft. Good. Keep going. Week 3, days 15 through 21, is where we look honestly at generational patterns. This is the heart of generational trauma healing. Your journal prompts here might look like this. How did the adults in my childhood handle conflict? How do I handle it now? What beliefs about money, love, safety, or worthiness did I absorb from my family that I've never questioned? What did I learn love was supposed to feel like, and is that true? These aren't comfortable questions, but they are freeing ones. Because once you can see the pattern, you are no longer inside it without knowing it. You become the first person in your line to choose differently. And that choice, even made quietly, even made imperfectly, breaks the cycle. That ripples forward. It reaches the children you have or might have, or the people around you who watch how you live. The fourth week, days 22 through 30, is where the 30-day shadow work challenge becomes about integration. Not just seeing, but choosing. Your prompts this week are gentler, more forward-facing. What do I want to consciously carry forward from my family, the good things, the resilience, the love that was there even if it was imperfect? What do I choose to put down? Who am I becoming now that I know what I know? And finally, what does the healed version of me feel like in her body? What does she believe about herself? Write that last one slowly. Let yourself imagine her. She's not far away. She's closer than you think. Take another breath. You've been doing something brave just by being here and listening. Let yourself feel that. And now I want to give you the thing this journey has been building toward. This is the moment I want you to really receive. Right now, in this moment, I want you to let go of the belief that it is too late for you. I want you to let go of the idea that because these patterns have been with you your whole life, they are permanent. They are not. They are learned. And what was learned can be unlearned, not all at once, not without effort, but one honest journal entry at a time. I want you to let go of the guilt you feel for the ways you've acted out of your wounds. You didn't know what you didn't know. You were surviving. You were doing what your nervous system had been trained to do. That is not a character flaw. That is a human being who needed healing and didn't yet have the tools. And I want you to let go of the idea that you have to do this perfectly. The messy journal entries count. The days you write one sentence count. The days you cry and don't write anything but you're still here, still trying, those count the most. Let it go. Right now. Just feel the weight of it for one breath and then let it fall off your shoulders. You don't have to carry the heaviness of everything you haven't healed yet. You just have to take one small step today. And you already did. You're here. The little girl inside you, the one who adapted and survived and learned to need less than she deserved, she has been waiting for you to come back for her. Not to rescue her. Just to sit with her. To say, I see you. I understand now. And I'm not going anywhere. That is inner child healing. It's not dramatic. It's not complicated. It is simply the act of becoming the loving presence for yourself that you always needed from someone else. You can do this. 30 days. One prompt at a time. One breath at a time. Before you go, I want to ask you something personal, and I hope you'll share it in the comments below, because your words have power and someone reading them might feel less alone. What is one pattern you've noticed in yourself that you think came from your childhood or your family? It doesn't have to be a long answer. Even just naming it is the beginning of something important. You are part of a community here that walks this road together. None of us is doing this perfectly, and none of us is doing it alone. Stay with us, because healing is so much gentler when you have someone beside you. If this video touched something in you, please share it with someone in your life who might need it. You never know whose healing you might quietly begin with one small act of care. And come find us at dealerofhappiness.org. We have a free community and a free healing journal waiting for you there. Real support, real people, no pressure. If you'd like to keep walking this road with me, subscribe and come back. I'll be here. Every single week, for you. You are not too broken to heal. You never were. I'll see you next time.